Number 16 on my list is a classic career cock-up. It comes from the 1993 Comedy Awards and from one of my favourite artists, Julian Clary.
Thank you very much indeed.
For the Comedy Awards, we have autocue. We have that for Jonathan Ross's introductions, but there is nothing scripted when the presenter comes on.
To crown the king or queen of comedy, who better than the man never known to go for a single entendre when a good solid double would do? Please welcome Julian Clary.
I remember sort of seeing it at the time and just thinking it was the funniest thing I'd ever seen.
I like that when you get a collective intake of breath, followed by a laugh, preferably. I was on Valium at the time, so you get a bit reckless and you don't think things through.
Good to see you. How's it hanging?
Oh, very well, thank you.
Julian was presenting an award. The setting was a graveyard.
Very nice of you to recreate hamster teeth for me here.
That was the first thing. I said, what did he say?
I remember standing backstage before I went on and thinking, shall I say Norman Lamont or shall I say someone else? There was a feast of celebs there that I could have chosen. As a matter of fact, I've just been fisting Norman Lamont.
Let me ask you, Julian.
Talk about the red box.
Julian. Are we still on?
And if viewers didn't have a clue what fisting was, who better to explain than Michael Barrymore, up next to receive an award.
Wasn't that wonderful of Julian Clary? I thought it was a brilliant line there. Would we just like to go over it again? Let's
do it for the viewers who have impaired hearing at home, shall we? No.
He seems to know what he's doing.
Thank you very much indeed. Thank you.
Well, I think I could sum it up by saying the proverbial hit the fan.
There are actually only a handful of complaints from the public, but Julian was banned from live TV appearances as the press went into overdrive.
The headlines the next day were gay sex act. They kept calling it gay sex act, and I think fisting's available to anyone, isn't it? If you've got a fist and an arse, then nothing to stop you.
I find all that kind of stuff, like tying people up, it's just such a palaver.
I know, you have to think ahead, don't you?
Problem was he picked on a politician. If he'd have said it about another comedian or another actor, nothing.
As we know, politicians never go to hamster teeth or...
or end up with oranges in the mouth.
These days, Julian is forgiven and free to juggle his balls in prime time on the National Lottery. I thank you.
What happens to me now is I write a script for the lottery, which is sort of an hour of live television at Saturday tea time. My producers are beside themselves that I'm going to say something to get us taken off air. And I won't. I understand the perimeters, but I like seeing the fear in their eyes. I had a line in about thumbs up, and they said, you can't say that. And I said, well, why? We know what that means. A thumbs up, it means thumbs up bums. And so they're now in a state of permanent suspicion, and I referred to a jewellery thing about my ruby cluster is much admired the other week. We had a complaint from upstairs because they said a ruby cluster, it must mean something, and it doesn't, as far as I'm aware.
I mean, times have changed. Gordon Brown. I've just been fisting Gordon Brown. Ho, ho, ho. You get away with it very easily. Yeah.